Hi there, guys. So I wanted to come and I want to speak on this video that I just came I just came privy to. Looks like it may have been somewhere around Christmas time. Um, but I wanna talk about this video. This particular video, I saw it on Instagram. It was um concerning a she looks like a pretty youngish white woman with her baby and her daughter, and they are on the ring camera of going to this black couple's home. And she is saying that she is being chased by a man that she later said she thought was a white man, which makes no sense, but turned out to be a black man. And um, somehow she magically got up on his porch at their house. And so the guy literally is asking her, do you need some? You looking for somebody? Literally while you're here. Um, Asked him, "Is this your house?" He says, "Yes." I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Gets her baby, gets her daughter, and just starts hightailing it out of there. Leaves her stroller, and started screaming help down the street. Okay, first few things I want to say. I have and then she did an apology video, which is complete bullshit. But I have a few things that I question about that. We all know she's lying. But I have a few questions about that, and I'm going to give you um, a little bit of my experience, and I want to share a little bit of a story with you. So before you guys say my videos are too long, that's what I'm about to do. So, the first thing, I believe this whole thing was planned. I don't know if her husband knew. I'm kind of thinking he didn't. I really truly believe she planned this whole thing. Um, before I go into what I want to say as far as the thing that I know for certain about white people, working with white people, I know. First thing I want to know is why is she at their house? That's the first thing I want to know. Why are you at their house? If you guys go back and watch the quote unquote apology video, she said some strange things. She said that I was pretending that your house was my house. I was pretending that that was my house. Like that, I don't understand that, but I caught it. That don't make any sense to me. Why would you be pretend unless when something actually did happen to this black man that she was hoping to get unalived, uh, she could try to fall back and say, "Oh, I thought it was my house. I thought that was my house. That's why I was there." That's the only thing, because that literally makes no sense to me. You guys can tell me what you thought about that. She also said another really key thing in the video. That was that she knew that the cops were patrolling the area. So Black man said that this is probably one of the best or the best neighborhood in this city. Uh, Black guy's a realtor, so of course he's going to be able to get one of the nicest homes. And by her saying that she knew that patrol was going by, that also let me know she was screaming loud as hell. She knew and wanted those cops where they were patrolling to come back, circle around, hear her screaming, come back, guns pulling, guns blazing, whatever. So This is why I'm so very happy that by the time she came, or by the time the husband got there and all that, 'cause she called her husband 911. By the time that happened, the guy was safely back inside his house. And I'm very, very grateful for that, because if he had tried to approach her, if he had tried to talk to her, if he had tried to, oh no, 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 you don't have to script whatever, I think he'd have been dead outside. I really think he would have been dead outside. I think all of this was a part of her plan. Um, I can't really think of too much more I wanted to point out about her story and her crying and her tears, because it's all self-evident. Nobody believes her anyway. And the more she cries, this is one thing that white women are still not getting. They're still not getting the power of their tears. First of all, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, because I think they do get the power of their tears. I really do. But they use those same tears when they say, I'm sorry, or I didn't mean it, or forgive me. I really thought it was a white guy. First of all, white women, ain't no white woman gonna run and scream from a white man. Come on now. Come on, lady. Um, you know, the power of those tears has gotten so many black men killed. Um, and I can guarantee you more black men than we have even heard of, because I don't think they put everything in the papers. I don't think they put everything in the history books. I think it's a lot of unaccounted for black men that have died in reaction to white women's tears, white women's fear. This woman knew exactly what she was doing. And as I say, why you're over there on their property in the first place gets me. The other thing that gets me, that lets me know it was a setup, while you're on their porch in their property with your baby and everything, I don't even see a dog. Like, I can see maybe if they had a dog, she saw, oh, I was walking my dog or whatever, and, you know, I saw this guy and whatever. And it's just like, you don't even have a dog. So literally, why were you outside at night doing what up on other people' property? That none of that makes any sense to me. Um, trying to see what else I could remember about dissecting her lie. Um, I guess the main thing, before I share the little story I want to share with you guys, I guess the main part about this, like I said, while you're on their property, while you're out at night, you're not even, you don't have, a dog with you or anything. Another couple of things I want to know. I would like to know how long both couples have been in that neighborhood. That's another thing I want to know. Um, because first of all, how do you not know? So, um, here's the thing. I have worked with a lot of white people, white families, being in healthcare and so forth, doing private duty and everything. I've worked for a lot of rich, upscale white families, mostly the parents or whatever, being in senior care. And I'm going to tell you one big thing I know about white people and rich, upscale communities. They know who's in their neighborhood. They know. They know exactly who's moving in. They know when they moved in. They know if they live there. So all these videos that we have seen over the few years when they were just killing black men like whenever, which they're trying to get back to that. They really are. But thankfully, we have so much video right now, you know. But we gonna have a long 4 years. I'm just letting y'all know. But White people know who's in their neighborhood. This is why people like Ahmaud Arbery, who was just walking down the street, or I think they say he was jogging or something like that. He stopped at that vacant home or whatever to look inside or whatever, and they were accusing him, trying to accuse him of stealing or whatever from the home or what, which was vacant. But it was that happened because they knew who's supposed to be in their neighborhood. They're always watching. They are always watching. Um, Recently, also the other video of the young black man who was, I don't know, somewhere like 16 or 17 years old. I forget the city, but he went viral because he had his phone and he was um, recording all of these men following him. And then the one man that was asking him, talking about, telling him that, you said something to my wife. Y'all remember that video? Maybe somewhere around September, October of last year. And they were chasing him, and the guy went and got a gun and came back, and they had to try to stop him and all of that kind of crap. Yeah. Again, they know who's in their neighborhood. They know who live where. They know. They know. Let me tell you how I know. The reason that I know, like I say, doing private duty work, doing private duty home care, working for the elderly and so forth, I've worked in very wealthy, rich white neighborhoods. And believe me, when I am in the neighborhood, when I am, say, I'm going to get my clients mail or something like that, I'll go out to get their mail, or I'll go out to get their like the paper or something like that. Or even when I'm leaving, I'm saying, sometimes I take Uber, so I'm waiting on my Uber or whatever. Believe me, the number of windows that I see that are cracked just through the curtain moving a little bit, or people start coming out with their little dog and all this kind of stuff, and just looking at me and watching me, and hi, how are you? What, just that little slick sly shit. Believe me, they know when a black person is in their neighborhood. Now, my saving grace, I think, has been, that first of all, I'm a female. Second of all, I'm in my nursing, my scrubs and everything like that. So clearly, I'm there. Someone is my patient or whatever. Um, and they know their neighbors so much that um many of them, while I'm there on duty, will come by and just check on them. Just check on the older person, because they know older people. Like, I'm telling you, they know who lives there at those homes. Um, and they're watching. They're watching me when I get out by Uber. They're watching me when I am waiting for my Uber, when I go get mail. Like, they're watching all the time. Um, And I remember being with this one little sweet little old lady. And I remember it was some type of a holiday. I think it was I don't know, I think, oh yeah, it was around November. So this was about maybe 2 years ago. And they were bringing her food over and stuff like that, and she answered the door, and I kind of stood behind her, because again, she had a little bit of dementia and everything, but they still like to answer their doors and stuff like that, but you just want to make sure that it's okay, it's not a solicitor, not somebody's going to hurt them or whatever. So I'm standing behind her, not really, she didn't necessarily see, I don't know if she saw me or not, but she's asking her, "Oh, okay, all righty, and so everything's good with you?" Everything, because I could hear the way her voice was sounding, that she was trying to give the lady cues as to, was I doing anything to hurt her? So she's like, "Oh, and so you're okay?" You're really okay in there? Everything's all right, you know?" And, then she went on and she was just like, "Okay, well, you just call us if you need," because her voice is going up like that. "You call us if you need us. If you need anything, you make sure you call us, and, we're right over here, just wanna make sure you're okay. You're okay." And I know, like I said, I was not, like, I wasn't out there in the conversation, but you can tell that the way she was sounding, she's giving her eye clues and everything, as again, to let her know, just let me know if that black woman in there doing anything to you. And, I could just tell. Um, I remember another time, just real quick, and I haven't started the story yet, but just real quick. I remember another time when this was a man. This was a male client that I have. Old rich white guy owned some companies and stuff in his earlier days. So he was a rich guy. So I remember his granddaughter called. She was, I think, in France or something like that. She was going to school, she's going to college or something in France. And she called back, and I remember, and his daughter was there, who actually really, really liked me. I liked her too. She's real sweet girl, or young woman. She's probably my age, honestly. Nice woman, and I could tell she wasn't racist. I could tell. You know what I'm saying? Um, 'Cause she was kind of apologizing to me for, like, my dad's behavior and stuff like that. So it was cool. And but I remember the granddaughter was like, "Oh, okay." Because first of all, she's on speaker. She didn't know she was on speaker, and actually, his daughter, her mom, actually kind of spoke up because she knew that it was on speaker and that I was going to be able to hear. But she's asking her granddad, like, "Oh, okay, so everything's okay, granddad, and you like her? Is she okay? Are you safe there? Is everything okay with you?" And then the mom stepped in. She's like, "Oh, yeah, 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 we're doing good. Everything's fine, and I'm here with dad and whatever." But it's just those little subtle cues and things that they still use um to try to act like, black people are going to hurt them or whatever. I mean, and here's another thing. I understand somewhat. I really do. I understand somewhat. I understand you are in these people's home, whether they're rich or not. You are in these people's homes. You are a stranger, even though we get background checked, and I've been doing this forever. I get you trying to, make sure your grandparent or whatever is okay. Like, I get that. But I also get that a lot of them would prefer a white caregiver. I do know that. I have literally been called off of, not too many, but I have literally been called off of assignments for no reason. Like, don't come back for what? Like, I am literally, and I'm not bragging, I am literally always one of the favorites of whatever company I work for. Never have a problem, never have a write up, never have a complaint or anything. But I have literally been taken off of assignments because, oh, well, they just said it wasn't a good fit and they just wanted to try someone else. That is code for you're black and they want a white caregiver. That's it. That's it, So, I would give you proof to that because I actually have a story to that, but I'm not gonna go there. So, um, you know, the other thing, just getting back to this woman saying that, "Oh, I thought it was a white guy. I thought it was a white guy." Um, first of all, white no white woman is going to be running from a black man. And I think, again, it was planned. She used probably the cover of Night to say, "Oh, I couldn't see. I didn't know who it was. I had no idea." First of all, again, She knew exactly who lived at that house. She knew it was a black family. It ain't no way you gonna tell me, because I think they said he had a silver truck or whatever. No way you gonna tell me that this woman hasn't as long as they've lived there or been there. That's why I say I would love to know how long each family has been living there, because it looked like the black family was in there enough to be settled in to where they've already moved in. So they weren't new, you know. So you can't tell me that she haven't seen that silver truck before. You can't tell me that. No way. No way you're gonna tell me that she haven't seen that silver truck. She knew exactly who that truck belonged to. That was a whole planned ordeal. So real quick, this is I have so much proof as to white women loving black men and white women not at all being afraid of black men the way they like to assume. Oh, I screamed and I ran that I was so afraid of a black man. And, the whole, when a black man passed by, you close your doors and you lock your doors and you clutch your purse because you're just so afraid. That is bullshit. We know that's bullshit. It's been bullshit since slavery. It's been white women have always loved black. And I don't mean to call black men that, but that is historically what that has been and how that has always been. The big black buck, they love him. These women would go into when their husbands were gone and whatever on these plantations, and maybe they're working in the garage or working in the barn or whatever. These women went down there. They went down there to sleep and be with these black men. And again, we know historically when they were ever caught, they would lie, just like this woman is doing, lying, crying. Oh, I didn't know. I had no idea. And I'm just so sorry. And I just feel so stupid. All of that is bullshit. All of that is bullshit. You don't want the white man to know that you like Black D. That's it. You don't want your neighbors and other people to know that you like and love black men and Black D. You don't want that. They are not afraid of black men at all. Believe me. So I was working in this healthcare facility. Uh, And this white this old white woman, I was on the Alzheimer's unit. So this lady did have Alzheimer's, but oh, my back is itching. But she mostly was racist. Um, so this woman, for whatever reason, this woman did not like me at all. She just did not like me. And I think the reason was she just didn't like black women. She just didn't like black women. Um, She didn't like me so much to the fact that I could not sit in her room with her. She got violently mad. She got angry. Um, it got real, real crazy, y'all. Like this woman literally was chasing me. Yeah, she could walk. Um, she tried to chase me literally with her cane that I had to take from her because this is one of those four quad metal canes or whatever it's made out of, iron or whatever it was that she was trying to hit me with. I literally had to take that from her. This woman was very violent. She literally slapped and scratched a white nurse. So I don't know if it was that she just didn't like women, period, but I know especially she didn't like black women. So, all that being the case, um, I would have to go in and out of her room because she was a fall risk. And that's mostly what I was there for. She was very unsteady. Um, but and even though I did say that this woman chased me, this was like later in the evening after she'd had her therapy and all this stuff. So after she was up for a while, she could hold her balance a little bit more. So that's how that happened. But long story short, I was working at this agency, this facility, because I was working private duty and just going into this facility. There were a number of us actually who worked at that same agency. who were there filling in because they were so short staffed at that facility. So there was a black man. That's let me get there. There was a the man, he was from Sudan. So he was a very tall, very dark skinned. If you know Sudanese people, very tall, thin, very dark skinned guy. He was a young guy. He was very nice. I mean, me and him really sat and had very good conversation. Like I got to know him very well about his country and all that. So he's a really nice guy. And for whatever reason, this guy was the only one that could calm this woman down. When she was giving me trouble and just didn't want me in her room, because eventually I had to sit in a chair outside of her room because she just got so violently mad whenever I was in there. So I had to start sitting outside in the hallway. That's kind of how me and him started talking, because he was working over in the next room with this other black man. There's a black man patient. He was over there with him. And so he heard the commotion. He would hear the commotion or whatever, and he would come over there and talk to her and literally calm her down. She loved him. She loved him. She loved him to the fact that she used to make this young man uncomfortable, because he would sit down on her bed or whatever, or just talk to her, whatever, and she'd start laying on his shoulder. She would, just be rubbing on him, everything, and he'd always get up when she started doing that. And that's why I'm saying I know she was making this young man uncomfortable. And when he would talk to me, she saw it, and she was just giving me this nasty, dirty look. And she asked him, she said, "You like her?" And he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, she's my friend. She's a nice lady, whatever." Oh, hmm. Oh, I guess that's got to be your girlfriend. And I'm sitting here looking like this lady is freaking, what, 90? Like, why are you talking like that? Why are you like, this is crazy. This is strange. So at the end of the day, this let me know that this woman loves black men, and the blacker the better, and is jealous of black women, and that was a lot of her hate, you know. Um, but I said all that. Hopefully you followed that story. I just said all that because I just wanted to give my own personal proof to you guys that these women are not afraid of black men. These women know exactly what they're doing when when they scream and they cry rape and they cry murder concerning a black man. They're being evil, they're being malicious, and they're doing the historical thing that they know that they have the power to do. They know that. They know their white skin and their white tears affords them the power to get a black man killed. Now, why this woman wanted to do that? Well, hell, I don't know. Why did they want Emmett Till killed? Why did they want other black men lynched for looking at a black woman or whistling at a black woman or whatever historically? Why? I don't know. Evil, evil, demonic, whatever. I don't know. But won't hesitate to sleep with a black man. Won't hesitate to show that they really, when they're alone, oh, yeah, they love a black man. But when somebody's watching or looking, oh, he's a threat. He's a threat. I'm afraid. It's just, it's sad. It's sickening. And, sad that these things are going on in our country. But I mean, this is America. So, it's the history. We can't, you can't separate America from racism. And I just feel like this is going to be 4 more years of things like this that we're getting ready to have, unfortunately, because you're not going to be able to stop or um what is the word I'm looking for? You're not going to be able to talk sense into races. You're just not going to. I really think it's something that's in their DNA. It's just what they do. The only thing that we can try and hope for is that as other white people are beginning to wake up, other white people are beginning to speak out against racism. Um, so many white people, have channels and things that are now dedicated to educating other white people on racism, and I love that. I love to see it. I think we still got a long way to go, but it's a start. It's a start. I hope somewhere in my lifetime we'll begin to see bigger and better changes, but I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think about this. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit all notifications so that you know when I upload new videos. You guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment, and until the next video. See you next time.